Welcome back to another episode of Eric's Camping Adventures. We are in the Caribou-Targhee National Forest in western Wyoming, getting ready for a day hike just to adjust to the elevation. We are hiking out of the Teton Canyon campground, which is about 7,000 feet of elevation. And we are from Tulsa, which is at about 700 feet of elevation. So we just took a day to adjust and look around at the beautiful scenery around the campground and took the Alaska Basin Trail, which is a very level trail, not a lot of elevation gain, and just looked around. From on top of our perch, we were able to take in a waterfall, and we think that was Roaring Creek, and right beside it is Hurricane Pass Trail, and we saw a rescue crew headed up the trail. We don't know if they were drilling or if they were going to pick someone up near Hurricane Pass. Get him with the pine cone. The fields of wildflowers headed back towards the Alaska Basin were actually very beautiful and quite incredible. We know that some of them were invasive species from the signs, but nevertheless, they were quite beautiful to just walk among them, brush against them, and to see all the wildlife hanging out near the different flowers. I stopped here for a minute just to take a look at all the honeybees on the flowers, and I think a hummingbird came through to defend the bees, and you can see it on a slow motion. That is the South Fork of the Teton Creek that follows along the Alaska Basin Trail. We hiked out about 1.5 miles and just wanted to keep it comfortable today, adjusting to the elevation, and then we turned around and headed back towards the campground. Our goal for this first hike was just to adjust to elevation, and if you use Gaia, the Gaia representation of hiking trails can tell you how much elevation you're doing. And we just wanted an easy walk for the first day to kind of look around, and the Alaska Basin Trail going out of the Teton Canyon campground definitely fit the bill for just adjusting. When we got back from our hike, I realized we had been out for 3.5 days without a shower, and it was time to clean up just a little bit. Now, I have a little trouble on this channel recommending to you some kind of fancy shower system that you can spend a whole bunch of money on. I'm just not sure that's required to enjoy the back country or the front country for that matter. All you need is a bug sprayer. You need a little stove or a fire to heat up some water. If you mix it well, I use about a gallon of water poured out of the bug sprayer, heat it up on a little butane stove, and I pour it back into the bug sprayer, pump it up, and take a shower. After a good warm shower, we just spent the rest of the day relaxing at camp, and the next day we followed the North Fork of the Teton Creek. On most of this hike, we'll be able to see Grand Teton in the background. The main goal of this hike was to get up high and fly the drone up and just look around on the back side of the Tetons. We started the day with a good cup of coffee, and then we headed out of the campground, but this time the elevation change was pretty remarkable as soon as we hit the trail. The first half mile of the North Teton Trail was about a 400-foot elevation gain, and we had actually considered the face trail that's on the other side of the Gaia map, but we quickly turned around because it said the trail was not maintained and not recommended, so we took the North Teton Trail. To get in shape for this hike, we did some walking and some leg strengthening and some cycling and some intermittent running just to make sure we were in good enough shape to get up the mountain. The North Teton Trail follows along the North Fork of the Teton Creek, and we followed it back till we got to a cool sign that we thought would get us up the mountain.
What a cool spot. Right behind me here is that rock face, and it is echoing the sound of Teton Creek, and then or Teton Canyon Creek, and then right down below us is another creek, and you can hear both of them in stereo.
So this is Beard's Wheatfield Trail, and it goes up to the top of Fred's Mountain Trail. So I had basically memorized the trails in this area, and I had a basic idea of where they went prior to arriving. I never count on my reception for Gaia or any other device working. Commit them to memory just for your own safety. Beard's Wheatfield Trail had a lot of switchbacks and periodic shade from the sun, and lots of beautiful vistas to look back towards Driggs, Idaho, or towards Grand Teton.
Looks like the trail heads up to this area over in here.
So we found a wide open meadow below Fred's Mountain Trail, and there I launched the drone. found that we had reception, probably coming in from Driggs, Idaho, right up the canyon, and Michelle sat on a rock and called the kids and sent them some pictures, and we took in the fresh mountain air for a little while. One of the best things about hiking in this type of an area is that all this flora and fauna can brush against your legs, and you are not stuck with stinging nettles that you have to put all kinds of Benadryl and hydrocortisone on for months to try to get it to go away. It's one reason I really like hiking in the Northwest as opposed to Midwest, South. This is awesome. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know by now that I'm somewhat of a cheapo, and you're never going to see on my channel a recommendation for high-priced equipment. It would have to be something so fabulous and so functional to get out into the backcountry or to get out camping that I would tell you exactly why it's so awesome. But I just am not into the commercialism I'm seeing on some channels lately. Sometimes every other episode is about a new piece of equipment, or I'm seeing more and more that some of these guys are putting some pictures of their wife on that I would never put a picture of my wife like that on YouTube because she would kill me. So, not sure what's going on with people lately. Maybe they're struggling economically and stretching into some different things, but we're going to keep this channel simple and relaxing. Well, that was the North Teton Trail to the Beards Wheatfield Trail. It was a really good time hiking out at Teton Canyon Campground. Hope you enjoyed it as well. If you like the video, you like the channel, subscribe and come back for some more.